Stop, stop, stop. Just stop. My brain is stuck in a rut and is sending my body false messages. All of the thoughts and fears about not getting better, all of the thoughts about my lack of self-worth, my lack of ability, my fears, all of those things are the result of a misfiring limbic system. All of the chemical sensitivities, not being able to wear perfume, food sensitivities, histamine issues, all of it is the result of cross-wiring in my limbic system. And my limbic system is working overtime to try to keep me safe. But it's not working with all of the right information, and it's misfiring, causing these symptoms. And I say in quotation marks, symptoms, because they're not actually symptoms of illness. They're symptoms of a misfiring nervous system. And I am able now to send my body continuous messages of safety rather than fear, rather than panic, rather than overwhelm or hatred. I can send my nervous system safety cues that will allow me to calm my body down and reprogram and rewire my brain for healing. And by confronting these thoughts, these its, these pops, whatever it is you want to call them, and instead redirecting my thought, making a new choice, engaging in something that's going to shift my mood and uplift me and make me feel happy, safe, hopeful, and healthy. That is what is going to help me heal fully. Because in my mind, I am claiming it and I am already healed. And I'm going to fill my brain with visions of my healed future and focus on all of the things that I want and stop focusing or fixating on the things that I don't want. And by doing this, I am going to program my nervous system to be able to hold more joy, to hold more healing and happiness and health. And realizing by watching other success stories of people who have healed themselves, whether it's through TMS or Gupta or Primal Trust or like myself, DNRS or medical medium, whatever it is, realizing that healing is not linear and not every day is going to be good. But by journaling and keeping track of my progress, I'm going to build and stack positive moments and successes and victories and moments of feeling really strong and healthy and wonderful on top of each other, to the fact where that just becomes my new normal. My new normal is health, perfect health, happiness, joy, love, prosperity, all of it. I am claiming that I am allowed to feel joy and happiness and healing for no reason other than the fact that I am breathing and I am alive. And I'm claiming it as my birthright. I am a miraculous child of God, the universe, whatever it is that I need to do to remind myself that I matter, that my happiness, my health is my birthright. And every day that I recommit to this practice, I am showing my body that I will continue to show up for myself. I am nurturing my inner child with consistency. And one of the main ways that we nurture our inner child is showing up consistently for ourselves. If we ever felt like our caregivers and our parents, whoever it was, weren't consistent in their actions, or their words didn't match their actions, our inner child is scared. For myself personally, being married to somebody whose words didn't match their actions, I really felt like I was scared and everything was so inconsistent. And I thought that everybody was going to abandon me or desert me, and I would never heal. And nobody would ever be consistent with me, and nobody's actions would ever line up with what they said they were going to do. And that's something that I actively am still working to figure out and heal within myself. And it's hard. But one of the ways I can shift that narrative and start to shift that belief is by consistently showing up for myself with this daily practice. An hour a day of brain retraining and reprogramming my nervous system and my limbic system to hold more joy and healing. So I show up every day. I show up on the good days. I show up on the bad days. But I show up even more so when my mind is going to a dark place where I don't believe healing is fully possible, because I need to remind myself, like a small child's consciousness, they have to be taught something multiple times. They say that introducing a vegetable, it takes 5 times to get a child to actually like it and eat it. Our limbic system, our nervous system is reptilian. It is young, and it needs consistency and repetition in order to fully comprehend and understand something and get it deep into our body's subconscious, so that we are always working at this cellular level to heal. And so I turn towards my nervous system and my limbic system, who are working together as friends, to tell them, thank you so much. Thank you so much for trying so hard for so long to keep me alive, because I know that that's what you in your brain thought that you were doing. You thought that you were keeping me alive by sending overstimulated, overhyped responses in my brain. My nervous system thought it was protecting me from danger by being hypervigilant, by always scanning the environment. And you know that this goes back to the inner child. This goes back to the very young part of myself that was always feeling like it needed to be on high alert and monitor other people's emotions to keep myself safe, to protect myself from the yelling and the anger and the rage, to protect myself from being told I was not good enough, and all of those things. But the adult, the higher self version of me now, can come in and show that inner child that they don't have to do that anymore, that they will take care of them. I'm never going to abandon the inner child part of myself. I am always going to make sure she knows that she is safe and protected and loved and enough and worthy for no other reason other than the fact that she has been born and she is alive. By a miracle chance of being alive, the 1 in a billion chance of having life and living on this beautiful planet. She deserves to feel safe. And she didn't feel safe, she didn't feel loved, she didn't feel worthy growing up, and that led to some really bad choices, bad relationships, no boundaries. All of those things contributed to this hypersensitized nervous system state that I have been living in, that was exasperated by benzodiazepine withdrawal. And like I learned from watching videos with Liz Heal Yourself, who I love, who I mention in multiple videos, but she has helped me so much on this. You know it's not the pills. I haven't taken a psych med in 6 years, a benzo. And I have done everything to clear those from my system, to get those out of my body. And there were times after I got off of them where I felt healed. I felt so good and so healthy. And then my sister got sick. And then we thought she was going to die. And it spiraled my nervous system. My marriage became unsafe and my body collapsed. I got a divorce, I got COVID, I got long COVID, all of these things. I already had the hypersensitized nervous system. It's no wonder those things caused these issues. But now I am in control of my healing. I can rewire my nervous system to heal and reach unlimited joy and happiness in life. I can hold space for that sad part of myself before that had the sensitized nervous system, whose limbic system was always on high alert. But I also know now I'm in control. I am the adult who can tell that inner child that she is safe and she can hold space for joy. And so I tell my inner child, I love you. I will never abandon you. I will always protect you and keep you safe. And adult me is now in control. So we keep going and we keep telling our limbic system every day that we are safe, that we will heal, that we are healing every day. And every day that we show up for this practice and every day we keep telling ourselves that our body and our nervous system is healing, we are healing even more. And it's so beautiful to see all of these healing actions start to stack up. And if we ever feel those symptoms creeping up, we say, stop, stop, stop. My brain is stuck in a rut and is sending my body false messages, and we reaffirm the safety that we are currently experiencing. We tell ourselves, we are not in danger. We are not in danger. Our nervous system is overreacting. Our limbic system is reading everything wrong. And now we have a new program, this DNRS. We have the ability to stop and recognize the self-defeating thoughts, the negative thoughts. We can do that. And instead we look towards safety and we turn towards healing. And we focus on the things that make us feel safe and loved and happy. And we focus on what we do want and not what we don't. So we start to rehearse what our healthy, healed life is going to look like. We can put music in there. We can do whatever it is we need to. It's best to incorporate all of the senses and really get descriptive with what you're seeing so you can experience those feel-good chemicals, those chemical releases of serotonin and dopamine and oxytocin and all the things that are going to show us and our brain and our nervous system that this is our new reality, which is healed and healthy, and that it's safe to experience joy. So I start to mentally rehearse that I'm doing something my healed self is going to do very soon. So I get on a flight with my husband and we go to, let's see, where are we going to go? We decide that we are going to go to New York. Or no, let's see, where are we going? We're going to go to Banff in Canada and Lake Louise, where I've always wanted to hike and kayak. So we decide to pack our bags. We bring all of our hiking stuff, even though I've never really hiked before, but I know I can do it. We get in the car and we hold hands, we're talking, we're laughing. It's a beautiful, clear day in San Diego. We're going to go drop Toby off with my parents, our little French bulldog, and then we're going to be on our way to the airport. And we are flying Air Canada. So get in the car, roll the windows down, and I stop, get a cup of coffee. It's pumpkin spice season, and I can now drink coffee without any symptoms. We have the radio playing. He lets me listen to my folk music that I love, and it makes me feel so content and so peaceful inside. And I'm looking over at this man that I didn't even know 2 years ago. I didn't even know could be a part of my future. I didn't realize I had the capacity to feel this safe and this loved in a relationship or in a marriage. And we show up for each other every day. And he is truly my best friend, and he loves me so much. And we had the most beautiful wedding, and now we're going on this amazing adventure, and I am healthy and I am strong, and I'm now able to do all of the things that I wasn't able to do for such a long time. And all of that brain rewiring is finally paying off, and the time is here. The time has finally come where I'm able to go on these adventures and fly without fear of my nervous system freaking out, because I know that I've rewired it for safety and healing. So we get to the airport, we park, we check in, Air Canada, and we go to the Delta Sky Lounge, where we're able to go and sit before we have to get on the plane. We get mimosas and we get a little bit buzzed and we toast to this beautiful adventure, to all of the hard work. My husband might not have been there during Benzo withdrawal, but he knows what I've been through, and he knows how hard I've worked for such a long time to heal my body and reclaim health as my state of being. So we cheers to all the hard work I've put in, and we cheers to the fact that the day is finally here, where I'm safe and I'm healthy and I'm healed, and we're about to go on this amazing adventure, just the two of us. I can also now drink alcohol without any negative repercussions, and it just makes me feel good and a little bit more relaxed to fly, because I still don't love flying, and that's not really because of my dysregulated nervous system. It's a pretty common fear, but it's not a fear of my body not working or freaking out or something or whatever. It's just a normal human fear. 1 in 3 people are afraid of flying, so it's normal. Don't panic. But get on the plane, find our seats in first class, because I'm now making money and I'm able to work and do what I love and help other people and hold all of this capacity for joy for not only myself, but for others, and be this beacon of hope for others in this community, to show them what's possible when you love yourself, when you heal your limbic system, when you regulate your nervous system, when you can hold joy. I'm showing people what's possible, and that's how I'm contributing to the world, and I'm making it a better place, and it's so freaking exciting. So we get in our seat, they serve us more champagne, to which we say no thank you, and I pull out my tablet, and I'm gonna watch Real Housewives. I'm gonna watch adult women just drunkenly yelling at each other for this 5-hour flight, and I could not be more excited. I'm just feeling so relaxed and calm. And take off. I'm looking out the window. I'm looking at the beautiful, beautiful San Diego Bay, Seaport Village. I'm looking at the sun and just everything. And I'm so excited. When we take off, eventually we level off and turn on Housewives. They serve us food. Laughing with my husband, we're looking at our itinerary on our phone of everywhere that we're gonna go while we're taking this beautiful trip, and we're just getting so excited. And I don't have to worry about not being able to do things because of my nervous system. I can do everything I want to do, and I'm filled with energy and laughter and hope, and I feel so strong. And so take our flight, have the best, most relaxing time, and then we start to land in the Banff Lake Louise area, or technically I guess Vancouver. Then we're gonna rent a car and drive, but we land there, we go get our bags, find our rental car, and start to drive towards Banff and Lake Louise. And the scenery is out of a movie. The blue sky, the trees, the fresh, crisp air, and it's a nice, cool temperature. It's not too hot, and that's just wonderful. And we are driving. It's about a 2-hour drive. Stop and get some food, some more coffee for me, because my husband knows it makes my soul happy. Do a little bit of sightseeing, look in some specialty stores unique to Canada, and get ourselves excited about being there. And then we finally arrive at our hotel in Lake Louise, and it's the one I've always wanted to stay at. And it's beautiful, and we know Lake Louise is nearby, and it's just so stunning. And we know what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to sit out on our balcony in the morning and have coffee before we set out on our beautiful adventure, and it's going to be perfect. The conditions, the weather, everything is perfect. They told us we've come at the perfect time of year. And so we go and get dinner at the hotel. We just look at each other and hold hands and just say, like, I can't believe it's finally here. I can't believe this trip is here. But I always knew in the back of my mind you were going to heal. I knew if I just stuck with this brain retraining, I was soon going to be living the life I had always dreamed of. And it's finally here. And outside there's mountains, and it's just the most gorgeous scenery you can ever imagine. And there's a crackling fire nearby, and it's just everything you could ever hope for. And the next morning, so we go to bed, we cuddle, watch some of our favorite shows before we go to bed, and just talk about how excited we are to be there in our beautiful clean sheets. I've taken a shower and gotten all of the plain grime off of me, done my skincare routine, and I don't react to any products anymore. I can use everything, and my skin is clear and firm and beautiful, and it's such a nice feeling. And it sounds so silly that I would react to everything before. And now, since I've rewired my limbic system for safety, my body doesn't react to that stuff, and it's so exciting. It's so incredibly exciting. And so I do that, we go to bed, wake up the next morning, open the windows, and like, we are just blown away by the beauty of the scenery, the giant trees, the beautiful sky, the crisp mountain air, the smell of fresh coffee on the balcony. And I can drink as much caffeine as I want now, but I'm still good about it because you shouldn't have too much. And I'm in heaven. I'm sitting on a comfy chair in a cozy bathrobe before getting up and putting on my workout Lululemon gear. I feel thin, in shape, beautiful, which sounds superficial, but I was never able to look the way I wanted while I was on meds, while I had the dysregulated nervous system, because my body couldn't handle exercise. It could only handle a certain number of foods, and many of those were carb heavy, and they weren't contributing to this healthy, lean body that I knew was my natural state. My dysregulated nervous system had the belly fat and all of these things that were just not me, that were this protective shield around myself, because my body didn't feel safe. And now that's all gone. My healthy, strong, lean frame is back, and I look in the mirror and I just feel beautiful. I finally got veneers because I could handle dental work. Before, my nervous system was so sensitive, I didn't go to the dentist for 5 years, and I needed dental work done, and I was finally able to do that. And I feel so strong and so healthy now, and I smile in pictures again because I love the way I look. But more importantly, I love the way I feel, and I look at photos of myself now, and I don't feel sad for that girl. I see the resilience, everything she's been through, how hard she had to work to fight her way back to healing and health and a state of well-being. But the time has finally come where you are well, you are healthy, you are healed, and you can live this beautiful life that you've always dreamed of, and it's finally here. And so you put on your clothes, you and your husband get dressed, and you get in your rental car and you drive over to Lake Louise and you start your hike. And you can see the most beautiful, clear water in the world. And it's the most beautiful sight you've ever seen. You almost cry because you're just so overwhelmed and overcome with the beauty of what you're looking at. And you just say thank you so much to myself, to the universe, to brain retraining, to my ability to be consistent with this, to continuing to show up for myself, because you were healed and you're now living the life you always dreamed of and you always knew you could have. And you're just so grateful to be healed, and the time has come, and it's here.